Hello everyone. I know it's been a minute. I decided to record this video not as a way to garner any clout or attention, but just to let whoever it is that would be curious to stumble upon this video and try to pick apart exactly where I've been at all these months. An update on exactly how it's been going for me. I know a lot of people have these moments in life where they just don't know where to turn to. They just don't know exactly what is going on. And they can't even articulate the environment that they find themselves in from time to time. This is just a video of me ranting and rambling and yapping and just pouring my heart out. I'm sure there's a ton of other videos out there that you could be watching instead of this one. And quite honestly, I wouldn't blame you. It's a lot more intriguing than stumbling upon some random guy on the internet, somebody who is as ugly as me, recording himself talking about absolutely nothing. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time, or at least I'm going to try to, but I just wanted to get this off my chest, you know, just to come up with some sort of plan or initiative that would create a desire in me to start being more authentic, start being more one with wherever I am or whatever I'm doing. Lately it's been, I wouldn't say challenging, because just like everything else, it's only a challenge if you are the least bothered to be on top of whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish. But when you become interested in what it is that you're doing, that's when the challenge sort of becomes worth pursuing. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say it has been challenging. It's been ambivalent. I don't know if I misused that word, but let's just roll with this for a moment. After nearly 7 years of being in Canada and trying to do whatever it took to establish a place there, to establish my status there, to establish some kind of foundation there, I was met with the uncomfortable but necessary truth about the direction that I was headed in. And truth be told, 2025 was the worst year of my life. I know it's a big claim to make, but for some people, it was probably their greatest year ever. For some people, it was probably the best year they've ever had. For some people, it was probably the worst year they've ever had. Be that as it may, for me, 2025 will probably go down as the worst year of my life. And if I'm being honest, I don't really know if there is anything in that year that I could think back to and look at with fondness or even nostalgia. I mean, we're talking about just a few months ago when I was preparing myself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually and physically to come back here in India after trying everything I possibly could within my ability to make sure that that didn't happen. So I can't really say that 2025 was my greatest year ever. Maybe it wasn't the worst year, but it certainly wasn't the greatest year. Let's put it that way. I know I'm backpedaling and we're probably gonna go in circles, but I'm gonna try to keep it as brief as I possibly can. And if you've made it this far, I'd like to thank you with all my heart for taking the time out of your busy day and your busy life and your precious time to give this fat, ugly kid from New Delhi, India, some of your attention. I really appreciate it. There is one thing, though, that has been weighing heavy on my mind and my heart recently. Well, not recently, but just over the course of these past few months, I've had a lot of time to think about what the next 5 years or the next 10 years are going to look like. I know, it's crazy. Like, why would you spend all this time overestimating what you could do in 5 years or 10 years and underestimate what you could do in this very moment, right now? So I'm talking to this iPhone here. I realize that the man that I'm trying to become would want me to be a little bit more honest with myself. That's what I think the future me would want from me. And it's a struggle. I'm not gonna lie, it's a struggle. Each day I wake up thinking that it's going to be better than the last day. And I always end up at rock bottom, knowing full well that whatever I do, it's gonna require a lot of patience, a lot of consistency, a lot of willingness, a lot of tenacity to keep going. But I guess somewhere along the line, I completely lost my sense of self. And I forgot who I was. I forgot what I was. There's this faint voice inside me that keeps hollering at me to keep going, to keep pushing back, to keep stepping forward. And it might not be the most grandiose or grand thing to look at, but that's what life teaches you, to be comfortable with stuff that gets the best out of you, to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, to be comfortable with doing something that is boring, monotonous, and just devoid of entertainment. As the old saying goes, the juice is worth the squeeze. I don't know where I'm going with this, honestly. Like I mentioned earlier, when I hit record, I wasn't even planning on making a video, but there was just something that I had to speak about that caused me to come up here and start blathering mindlessly. I'm turning into some kind of project, it feels like. And I don't know whose project it is sometimes. So I guess little by little, it's up to me to start taking control of my life. Can't be haunted by the past all the time, and you can't let your ego get in the way of whatever it is that you're doing. Once again, God bless you all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Take care.